January 9th, and we'll be reading Genesis chapter 26, 27, and 28.
26, 27, 28. And what do we have here? We have lots of coloring because we have the Stegman kiddos with us. And why are y'all here? Zachary?
So my mom and my dad, they are all gonna have a baby.
Yes, they're at the hospital right now because they're gonna have a baby brother.
Yes, I know that it's the baby brother.
You're gonna be the brother.
I know the baby's brother's name, but I sometimes forget.
That's okay because we don't want that recorded. We'll let mommy and daddy share. Okay, y'all ready?
Yep.
All right.
So, chapter 26, the adventures of Isaac and Gerar. Now another famine struck the land like the one in Abraham's time. Isaac traveled to Gerar, where Abimelech was a Philistine king. Yahweh appeared before Isaac and said, "Do not go down to Egypt. Stay in the land, and I will reveal to you. Live there as a foreigner, and my presence will be with you. I promise to bless you, for I will give all these lands to you and your descendants. I will fulfill the oath I swore to your father Abraham. I will make your descendants as numerous as the stars of heaven, and I will one day give them all these lands. I will bless all the nations of the earth through your offspring, because Abraham was faithful to me. He listened to my voice and yielded his heart to follow my direction. He kept my commandments, my instructions, and my teachings." So Isaac settled in Gerar. The men of the land noticed Rebekah's beauty and asked Isaac about her. "Oh, she's just my sister," he replied. Rebekah was indeed very beautiful, and she was afraid to tell them, "She's my wife," for he thought that the men of the land would kill him and take his wife. One day after Isaac had lived there a while, the Philistine king Abimelech looked out his window and saw Isaac affectionately caressing his wife Rebekah. So Abimelech summoned Isaac and said, "So this woman is your wife. Why did you say that she was your sister?" "Because I thought the men of the land would kill me and take her," Isaac said. "Don't you realize what you've done to us?" Abimelech asked. "One of our men might have slept with your wife, and you would have brought guilt and punishment upon us." So Abimelech issued a stern warning to all the people, saying, "Whoever lays a hand on this man or his wife shall be put to death." Isaac becomes very wealthy. Isaac planted crops in the land, and in the same year reaped 100-fold harvest, for Yahweh greatly blessed him. Isaac grew richer and richer until he was extremely wealthy. He acquired so many flocks and herds and so many servants that the Philistines grew jealous. So the Philistines stopped up all of Isaac's wells and filled them with dirt, the same wells his father's servants had dug in the time of Abraham. Eventually, Abimelech's jealousy got the better of him, and he said to Isaac, "You must leave us. You have become too rich and powerful for us." So Isaac departed from Abimelech's domain and camped near the Wadi of Gerar, where he settled. Isaac digs new wells. Isaac reopened and restored the wells his father Abraham had originally dug, the wells the Philistines had stopped up after Abraham's death. And Isaac gave these wells the same names that his father had given them. One day, when Isaac's servant dug in the valley, they uncovered a spring-fed well. But the herdsmen of Gerar picked a fight with Isaac's herdsmen, saying, "That's our well." So Isaac named the well Argument because of the sharp contention. They dug a second well, and it also caused a quarrel. So Isaac named that well Hostility. Then he pulled up stakes from there, and he dug a third well, but this one was dug without any quarreling. So Isaac named it Spacious, saying, "Finally, Yahweh has some ample room for us. He will become prosperous in the land." From there, Isaac moved his camp to Beersheba that very night. Yahweh appeared before him and said, I am the God of Abraham, your father. You will never need to fear a thing, for I am with you, and I will greatly bless you. I am the God of Abraham your father. You will never need to fear a thing, for I am with you, and I will greatly bless you. Your children will flourish and succeed, because of the promise I gave my servant Abraham." So Isaac built an altar, prayed, and worshipped Yahweh there. He pitched his tent there, and his servants started digging another well. Then the king of Abimelech came to Isaac from Gerar with his advisor Ahuzeth and his army commander Phicol. Isaac asked him, "Why have you come to me now, since you hated me and sent me away?" They answered, "Why? We have witnessed firsthand how powerfully Yahweh's favor has been with you. So we say, let there be a peace treaty among us. Let us make a covenant to do each other no harm. Swear to us that you will not trouble us, just as we have not troubled you, and you have always treated you well and sent you away in peace. Now look at how Yahweh has blessed you." So Isaac prepared a wonderful feast for them, and they all ate and drank together. Then the next morning they got up early and exchanged oaths. Isaac said goodbye to them, and they left Isaac in peace. Later that same day, Isaac's servants came with wonderful news about the well they had done, saying, "We just found water." So he named it Oath. This is why the city where they dug the well is called Beersheba to this day. The Hittites' wives of Esau. When Esau was 40, he married two Hittite women, Judith, the daughter of Beri, and Basmath, the daughter of Elon. They made life miserable for Isaac and Rebekah.
Jacob defrauds Esau. When Isaac was very old and blind, he called for his oldest son Esau and asked him, "My son." "I am here, father," Esau answered. "As you can see, I am now an old man," Isaac said, "and I may die any day now. So please, take your hunting gear, your bow and arrows, and go out into the field and hunt some wild game for me. Then prepare me a savory meal, the food I love, and bring it to me. After I eat it, I will bless you from my innermost being before I die." Now Rebekah was eavesdropping on their conversation. So when Esau left for the field to hunt for game to cook for Isaac, she found Jacob and said to him, "I just overheard your father say to your brother Esau, 'Bring me some wild game and prepare a savory meal for me. Afterward, I will bless you in the presence of Yahweh before I die. Listen carefully, my son, and do everything I tell you. Go out to the flock and bring me 2 of the best young goats. I'll cook them for your father and prepare a delicious meal the way he loves it. Then you take it to him to eat, and your father will bless you before he dies." Jacob objected, "But my brother Esau is covered with hair, and I'm smooth-skinned. If my father feels my hairless skin, he'll know I'm not Esau. He'll think I'm a trickster, and I'll end up bringing a curse upon myself rather than a blessing." "My son," his mother said, "let any curse against you fall on me alone. Just do what I say and go and get the goats for me." So he went and got the goats and brought them to his mother. She prepared a delicious meal, just the way his father loved it. Then Rebekah picked out the best clothes of her older son Esau and put them on her younger son Jacob. She covered Jacob's hands and the soft part of his neck with goat skin. Then she handed Jacob the tasty dish and the bread that she had prepared, and he took them to Isaac. "Father," Jacob said. Isaac replied, "Which one of my sons are you?" Jacob answered, "It's I, Esau, your firstborn. I have done as you asked. Please sit up. Eat some of this delicious game you love, so that you may give me your innermost blessing." Isaac asked his son, "How in the world did you find game so quickly, my son?" "Yahweh, your God, caused it to come right to me," he replied. Then Isaac said to Jacob, "Please, please, come closer, that I may touch you, my son. I need to really know for certain that you are Esau." So Jacob inched closer to his father Isaac, who felt his skin and said, "You sound like Jacob, but your hands are Esau's." Because his hands were hairy like his brother Esau's, Isaac was tricked and did not recognize that he was really Jacob. As he was about to give him his blessing, Isaac asked him again, "Are you really my son Esau?" Jacob answered, "I am." "Then bring the food to me," Isaac said, "and let me eat my son's game. Then I will give you my blessing." So Jacob gave his father the food, and he ate it. He brought him wine, and he drank it. Then Isaac said to him, "My son, come near and kiss me." So he came near and kissed him. Isaac recognized the smell of his son's clothes and blessed him, saying, "Ah, the smell of my son is like the smell of a lush field that Yahweh has blessed. May God give you heaven's dew, the fatness of earth, and an abundance of grain and new wine. Let peoples serve you, and nations bow down to you. May you be master over your brothers, and may your mother's sons bow down to you. Those who curse you will be cursed, and those who bless you will be blessed." Isaac's lost blessing. No sooner had Jacob left from receiving the blessing of his father Isaac than his brother Esau arrived home from hunting. He too prepared a savory meal for his father and took it to him. He said to Isaac, "Sit up, my father. Eat some of your son's wild game so that you can give me your innermost blessing." His father Isaac asked, "Who are you?" "I'm Esau, your firstborn," he answered. When Isaac realized what had happened, he began to tremble and shake violently. He asked, "Who was it then that hunted wild game and brought it to me? I've already eaten it all before you came, and I gave him the blessing. Yes, and he will be blessed indeed." When Esau heard his father's words, he burst into bitter weeping and uncontrollable sobbing. He said to his father, bless me too, father." Isaac answered, "Your brother was here and deceived me. He has taken away your blessing." Esau exclaimed, "Jacob, that heel grabber, the name fits him perfectly. Now he has tricked me twice. He stole my birthright, and now he's robbed me of my blessing." Then he asked, "Father, haven't you reserved a blessing for me?" Isaac replied, "You don't understand. My blessing will empower him to be master over you. I have already given him all his brothers and relatives as servants. My blessing will richly provide him with grain and new wine. What more is left for me to do for you, my son?" Esau pleaded with his father, "Is that the only blessing you have to give? Bless me too, my father." Esau could not hold back his tears, and he wept loudly. Then Isaac, his father, spoke these words, "You will live far from earth's bounty and far from heaven's dew on high. You will live by the sword and serve your brother. And when you grow restless, you will break free from his control." Esau hated Jacob because he stole his blessing. He said to himself, "In a short time my father will be gone. After the time for mourning his death has passed, I will kill my brother Jacob." But when Rebekah found out about her older son Esau's plans, she quickly sent for her younger son Jacob and said to him, "Listen, your brother Esau is planning to exact revenge by killing you. My son, you must do what I say. Run away at once to my brother Laban in Haran. You can live with him for a while until your brother calms down. After your brother's anger has died down and he has forgotten what you've done to him, I will send a messenger to bring you back from there. Why should I lose both my sons in one day?" Later Rebekah said to Isaac, "I'm so disgusted with our Hittite daughters-in-law. I'd rather die than see Jacob marry one of these local girls, these Hittite women." Jacob flees, chapter 28. Jacob
flees to Laban. Before Jacob left, Isaac called for him, blessed him, and gave him these instructions. "I forbid you to marry any Canaanite woman. Leave at once for the land of your grandfather, Bethuel in Padan Aram, and find one of the young women there to marry, one of your uncle Laban's daughters. May the God who is always more than enough bless you abundantly. May he make you fruitful and multiply your descendants until you become many tribes. May he impart to you and your seed the blessing of Abraham, so that you may possess the land where you now live as a foreigner, the land God gave to Abraham. Then Isaac sent Jacob on his way to Padan Aram, the land of his grandfather Bethuel, the Aramean, to the home of Laban, Bethuel's son and the brother of Rebekah, the mother of Jacob and Esau. Esau takes another wife. Esau had learned that Isaac had blessed Jacob and had sent him away to Padan Aram to find a wife there, and that while blessing him, Isaac had instructed him, "Don't marry a Canaanite woman." Furthermore, Esau found out that Jacob had obeyed his parents and fled to Padan Aram. Esau, knowing that his father Isaac disapproved of Canaanite women, went to Ishmael's clan and chose a woman named Mahalath to be one of his wives. She was a daughter of Ishmael, Abraham's son, and sister of Nebaioth, the escalator of eternity. Jacob left Beersheba and journeyed toward Haran. He encountered a certain place at sunset and camped there for the night. He took a stone from there and made it his pillow and lay down to sleep. He had a dream of a stairway securely fixed on the earth and reaching into heaven. In his dream, messengers of God were ascending and descending on the stairway. And Yahweh stood beside him and said to him, "I am Yahweh, the God of your father Abraham, the God of Isaac. You are lying on the very ground that I will give to you and your descendants. They will become as numerous as the specks of dust on the earth, and they will extend their territory in all directions. Through you and your descendants I will bless the whole world. Never forget, I am always with you. I will protect you wherever you go, and one day I will bring you back to this land, for I will neither leave you nor fail to fulfill every word I have promised you." When Jacob awoke from his dream, he said, "Yahweh is here. He is in this place, and I didn't realize it." Terrified and overwhelmed, he said, "How awesome is this place! I have stumbled right into the house of God. This place is a portal, the very gate of heaven." Early in the morning, Jacob took the stone he had under his head, set it up as a pillar, and anointed it by pouring oil over the top of it. He named that place Bethuel, though the city was once named Luz. Then Jacob committed himself to God, saying, "If you always be with me and protect me on this long journey, and if you give me bread to eat and clothing to wear, and if I return safely to my father's house, then Yahweh, you will be my God. See, I have set up this sacred stone pillar, and it will be your house. God, I promise to set aside a tenth of all that you give me as my gift to you." That is Genesis 26 through 28.
Have a great day.
All right. Y'all made it. You good? Yes, we're good? Kind of?
I'm so sleepy.
You're still sleepy? You're a little sleepy now?
I'm so sleepy.
All right.